Hello there, welcome to DTW tutorials. Okay, so in today's video I'm going to be solving several GED maths practice test questions on word problems. Okay, I've had several requests on this, and I've gathered about 10 questions. We're going to do 10 questions in today's video, so I've gathered about 10 questions on word problems, okay, so that it could help you understand it better. You know, it's better when you learn maths with several examples. So as I treat these 10 questions, when you encounter any word problem, it's going to be so easy for you to treat it. Okay, so just stay with me. All right. So but if this is your first time on this channel, DTW tutorials, an educational channel where we do free math and physics videos, okay, and please, if you can, try to click the subscribe button just to support me to do more. And also there's a Facebook group, okay, which is dedicated to the GED maths, only just maths, okay, just dedicated for maths alone, GED. So you can also join the Facebook group. You know, you can post several questions you're having problems with on the group, and definitely I would answer and solve them for you. All right, and I'm going to drop the link to the Facebook group on the description box below, and also the links to several videos that we've done earlier. We've solved, I think, 15 questions GED. I've done also 8 questions on algebra and so much more. All right, and I've also created a new channel for just the GED. Okay, that's a new YouTube channel where I'm going to be starting from the foundation of GED, from your fractions, your addition, subtraction, all the way down to data analysis. All these videos free for you. So I'm also going to drop the link to that YouTube channel, and please try to support the channel. Okay, it's the new one, so I planned by the grace of God, within a year I would have finished everything on the GED, all the way from your number operations to your probability and statistics. Okay, please try to support that channel also. All right, so let's get on to solving this practice test question on word problem. Okay, so question 1 says 2 adults and 4 children pay $48 to get into the fair. Now, for word problems, always good you write it down to interpret it. Okay, follow me closely now. Now it says 2 adults. Okay, so you're going to write here 2 adults. Okay, and 4 children pay $48. Okay, this and means what? Addition. Okay, so plus 4 children, okay, pay what? $48. That's equal to $48. You can see we're interpreting this now into maths. Are you seeing now? We've brought a plus sign and we've brought an equal to sign. Okay, so this is what this statement means. 2 adults and 4 children pay $48 to get into the fair. Now the next statement says a child's ticket is $6 less than an adult's ticket. Now a child's ticket, so it means child's ticket, okay, is $6 less than an adult's ticket. So it means child's ticket is equal to adult ticket minus 6. This is what the statement means. A child's ticket is $6 less than an adult's ticket. So whatever the adult's ticket is, you will have to subtract what? 6, because it said 6 less than. If it was more than, then we'll say we'll do what? An addition. All right, but this is what? Less than. So it is what? The adult ticket minus 6. Now the question now asks us, what is the cost of an adult's ticket? So we have to find the cost of an adult ticket. Okay, so now let's declare our variables. All right, okay, I hope you know the meaning of the how to declare a variable. But very soon on the new channel, okay, what I intend to do is explain the topic, then solve examples, and also solve GED practice test questions on that topic. That's what I'm planning to do. So if you don't get this now, you can also ask a question on the Facebook group. What's the meaning of declaring a variable? Okay, so now let us say that adult, let us declare adult as the variable A, and children is just like picking a letter, okay? So it can be easy because we can't be writing out all this, all right? So let's say children will be what? C. So what this statement now mean is, from here we know we have two equations now. We have equation 1 and equation what? 2. So 2 adults, that is what? 2a, okay? This is 2a plus 4 children, that will be what? 4c, equal to what? 40 what? 8. So this is equation 1, okay? And child, which is what? C, is equal to adult ticket is what? A minus what? 6. This is what this equation what? This is what this statement means after we've declared our variable. So we have this what? 2 equation. Now for us to now get, we are told to get what? The adult ticket. Is that not it? All we need to do now is just put in the value of C is equal to A minus 6 into equation what? 1. So you just say substitute. Okay, you know, this is an OBJ question, not a theory question where you have to write down all your answers, all right? But I'm doing this so you can understand me, all right? So that's why I'm a bit slow. So you say substitute C is equal to A minus 6, okay, into equation 1, okay? So wherever you see C in equation 1, you put what? A minus 6. And in equation 1, C is right here. So we have 2A plus 4 brackets A minus 6 close bracket equal to what? 48. Okay, stay with me closely. So we have here 2A. We have to open this bracket up. So we say 4 times A, we have what? 4A. And 4 times minus 6, we're going to have a negative sign. All right? Okay, and if you don't understand the rules that govern your signs and the operations on it, I'm also going to drop a video in the description box. If you watch that video, 5 minutes video, it's going to you know, make you understand when a positive multiplies a negative, what happens when you have a addition of a positive and negative numbers, what happens, okay, to further help your understanding. All right, but here 4 times minus 6 will give us what? Minus what? 24 equal to 48. Okay, so here we have 2A and 4A. 2A plus 4A would give us what? A 6A. Then minus what? 24 equal to what? 48. So we have to take minus 24 to this side, and remember, in taking a negative to the other side of the equation, the sign will change to what? The opposite sign, which is what? A positive. So you have here, we're going to be left with 6A here equal to 48 plus 24. So we have here 6A, and what is 48 plus 24? That will give us what? 72. And we have to get A, that is our adult, the price of the cost of the adult ticket. We'll divide both sides by what? 6. Okay, so we'll divide by 6, and we have what? A. How many times will 6 go in 72? It will go what? 12 times, because 6 times 12 is what? 72. All right, so it's going to go 12 times. So we have what? A is equal to 12. So definitely, therefore, the cost of the adult ticket is what? $12. Okay, so this is our answer, and our right option here is option C. Question 2 of the GED math practice test on word problems. It says Ken earned X dollars at his part-time job on Friday. Okay, so let us write this down. Part-time job, Ken earns what? X dollars. Okay, so we'll just write Ken part-time job on Friday is equal to what? X dollars. Okay, now please during your exam, you don't need to state all this. Okay, I'm just doing this so you can understand how to solve word problems. Okay, during your exam, you can just go straight. You can just say Ken equal to X dollars, just short abbreviations and all. Okay, because it's not a theory based question where you have to show all your workings. Okay, so here it says his wife earned $12 more than twice Ken's pay. All right, so just in case, the question here has already given us a tip. Okay, it has given us a tip, but just in case you don't have this in the question, now let us interpret this together. His wife earned $12 more than twice Ken's pay. So what does this mean? It means the wife is equal to $12 plus Since it says what more than, then it now say more than twice Ken's pay. And what is Ken's pay? Ken's pay is what? X dollars. So it will be what? More than twice will be what? 2 times what? 2 times X. Okay. So his wife earned $12 plus 2X. This is what this statement means, all right? Or which the question has also given us a tip here. Now, it further goes that together they earned $174. Together they earned $174. That is what the wife plus Ken is equal to what? $174 total. How much did Ken earn on Friday? So we're to find this X dollars. How much did he earn on what Friday? So from here further, we know that what the wife earns is what? This. So we now put what? 12 plus what? 2x. And what Ken earn is what? X. And plus x is equal to what? 174. So from here it is easy for us to now find the value of what? X. Since we are asked how much did Ken earn on Friday, which is what? X dollars. So let us look for the value of x here. So here we have here 12. 2x plus x will give us what? 3x equal to 174. We have to take 12 to the other side. In taking 12 to the other side, the sign will change to a negative sign. So we have 3x equal to 174 minus what? 12. And what is 174 minus 12? That will give us what? 162. So we have 3x is equal to 162. So we divide both sides by 3. Okay, 3 will cancel out here. We have x equal to 3 in 162 will go how many times? 54 times. So Ken earned what? $54 on his part-time job on Friday. Okay, so our answer is what? $54. This is our answer, and our right option here is option A. Okay, so all you can see now what problem is all about interpreting. You know, there are key things now. We've seen two things. We've seen less than, okay, which we did a subtraction, and now here we've seen more than. Okay, and it's also said twice meaning what? 2 times Ken's pay. Okay, are you noting? Please note down all these statements. They're quite key. All right, less than, more than. Furthermore, we're going to see other statements. All right, okay, so let's get on to the next question. Question 3 of the GED math practice test on word problem. It says not rich Quakers have won 20 games and lost 15. What is the ratio of games won to games played? Okay, ratio of games won to games played. And it says games won is how many? 20. And games lost is what? 15. The question says the ratio of games won to games played. So how many games were played? It will definitely be the addition of the games that were won and the one that was what? Lost. So total games played. Okay, total games played will be equal to 20 plus 15. And what would this give us? This will give us what? 35. So the question says, what is the ratio of games won to games played? So it will definitely be 20 over 35. That's 20 ratio or 35. From here we can cancel out further. I think what can go here? 5 can go here 4 times, and 5 can go here 7 times. So our answer is what? 4:7. So that's the interpretation of this question here. So and our right option here is option D. Question 4 of the GED math practice test on word problems. It says Nick scored 7 more points than Josh. Okay, now let us interpret this. Nick scored 7 more points than Josh in a basketball game. So what does this mean? It means Nick is equal to what? 7 plus what? Josh score. Okay, that's Nick's score. Sorry, Nick's score is equal to 7 plus what? Josh score. All right, this is what this statement means. Okay, let's leave this here. Now the next statement says Paul scored 2 points less than Josh in the same game. So Paul's score is equal to 2 points less than Josh. That is Josh score minus what? 2. I hope you follow me closely. Stay with me, okay? And if you need further questions, feel free to drop a comment and I'm going to respond to you, okay? So George's score is what? Minus what? 2. This is what the statement means. Paul scored 2 points less than Josh in the same game. So Paul's score is equal to Josh's score minus 2. Now, it further says, if the 3 boys scored a total of 38 points, how many points did Josh score? If the 3 boys scored a total of 38 points, that means Nick's score plus Josh plus Paul score is equal to what? 38. This is what the statement means, okay? How many points did Josh score? Okay, so from here now, we have to now manipulate. We're going to declare our variables, okay? With advice for speed and accuracy, immediately you see Nick, just declare it as what? N. And Josh declares Josh as what? J, and Paul as what? P. So to simplify this statement will be what? This statement will be what? N equal to what? 7 plus J. And this statement will be what? P is equal to what? J minus 2. And this statement will be what? N plus J plus P is equal to what? 38. So you can see we have 3 equations here where we can manipulate to get and our question here, which says how many points did Josh score? Okay, so from here, what do? All we need to do now is just substitute the values of N and P into this our last equation here, okay? So N is equal to this, P is equal to this. Why do we do that? So that we can only have J. Since we're looking for Josh's score, so we can only have J as a variable. You can see in this equation here, we have 3 variables, 1, 2, 3, okay? But when we substitute N as 7 plus J and P as J plus minus 2, we are only going to have one variable, which is what? J, okay, which is for Josh's score, okay? So what do we have now? So let us substitute this value. So we have 7 plus J, then all brackets plus, always make sure you put this bracket, okay, plus J, then plus all brackets what? J minus 2 equal to what? 38. So from here we can easily open our brackets, okay? There's nothing affecting this bracket here, so we can just simply say 7 plus what? J, then plus J. Then from here we have a plus outside this bracket here, so a plus times a J here will give us a plus what? J. Is that not it? And a plus times minus 2 it will still give us what? A minus 2 equal to what? 38. So from here, what do we have? We have a J plus J plus J, which will give us 3J. Is that not it? We're going to have 3J, and we have a 7 minus 2, which will give us what? A plus 5 equal to what? 38. So let's take this plus 5 to this side. We have 3J equal to 38. Taking plus 5 to this side, we are going to have a negative 5. And what is 38 minus 5? That will give us what? 33. So we have, this is J, sorry. So we have 3J. Okay, 3J equal to 33. We divide both sides by 3 so we can get our J, okay? 3 in 33 will go how many times? 11 times. So we have J equal to what? 11. So the score of Joshua is what? 11. And our right option here is option C. Question 5 of the GED math practice test on word problem, it says David is 56 and Deborah is half his age plus the square root of 16. Wow. Okay, we're going to take this slowly. How old is Deborah? Now the first statement says David is 56. So David equal to what? 56. Deborah is half his age. So Deborah is equal to half of David's age. That is half of 56. Then it says plus the square root of 16. That is the square root of what? 16. How old is Deborah? Okay, so let us just solve this. What is half of 56? This 2 off is what? Multiplication, okay? So 2 in 56 will go how many times? We're going to have 28 times. So we have 28 plus, what is the square root of 16? The square root of 16 is what? 4. So what is 28 plus 4? That will give us what? 32. Okay, so this is the age of what? Deborah. Deborah is what? 32. Okay, and our right option here is option D. So you can see in word problem, all you just need to do is just follow the interpretation of the question. Don't add any of your own interpretation, all right? The way the statement, the question says it, just interpret it that way, and definitely you will get your answer. Question 6 of our GED math practice test on word problems. It says James is thinking of 2-digit number. Okay, so let's say the 2-digit number now. We declare it as what? A and B. The sum of the 2 digits is 7. So it says what? Since we've declared this as A and B, you can use X and Y. You know, declaring a variable, you can use any letter, okay? But just state what you've declared, all right? I am using what? A and B. So it says the sum of the 2 digits is what? 7. That is what? A plus B is equal to what? 7. It now further states that the product of the 2 digits is 0. That is what? A times B is equal to 0. Which number is Jason thinking of? Okay, I think this should be James. I think this is an error here. Okay, so how do we get this now? So we have two equations here. We have 1 and we have equation 2. Okay, so from these two equations, okay, let us look at the second equation. So from here, for anything to give us 0, okay, it means that either one of the numbers, okay, one of the variables is what? Equal to what? 0. Is that not it? So let's say, for instance, okay, let's just say if B is equal to what? 0, then let us put in the value into equation 1 so we can get our second what? Variable. Okay, so in this statement, is either A is 0 or B is 0. Since it says A times B is equal to 0, so it means one of these variable must be 0 for it to give us what? 0. Okay, so we can just state that if B is equal to 0, let us put in the value of B into equation what? 1, so that we can get the value of what? A. So in putting the value of B into equation 1, we have what? A plus 0 equal to what? 7. So this will be what? A is equal to what? 7. So definitely our A is equal to 7 and our B is equal to 0. So the 2-digit number that James is thinking of is what? 70. Okay, so and our right option here is option B. Question 7 of the GED math practice test on word problem. It says Frank is a salesman for an appliance company. He earns a weekly salary of $500. Okay, so we have here weekly salary, Frank's weekly salary. Okay, just state here weekly salary is equal to what? $500 Okay, in addition to his salary, Frank earns an 8% commission on the total amount of appliances he sells. Okay, so total. Now you can see this word, total amount. Okay, take note of this word now. In addition to his salary, Frank earns an 8% commission on the total amount of appliances he sells. So we have 8% on total amount of appliance. Okay, appliance he sells. Okay, if Frank sold $265,000 worth of appliances last year, which expression would give the total amount of money Frank earned last year? So if Frank sold this amount, okay, $265,000 worth of appliances last year, which expression would give the total amount of money he earned last year? Now you can see the statement, he earns weekly what? 500. Okay, $500, and we're looking for the amount, the total amount he earned the whole of what? Last year. So weekly salary. So how many weeks are in a year? Okay, we have 52 weeks in a year. Okay, 52 weeks in a year. So the total amount of his salary first, let us look at salary first. The total amount of his salary last year will be 52 times what? 500. Okay, so let's state that total salary is equal to what? 52 times 500. So you can just put this statement as is 52 bracket what 500, which means the same thing. Okay, now the question says, if you see here, in addition to his salary, Frank earns an 8% commission on the total amount of appliances he sells. And the question gave us that he sold worth of appliances of $265,000. So we are going to find 8% of $265,000, then add it up to his salary to get the total amount of money he earned last year. Because the question has said that apart from his salary, there's also an 8% commission of the total amount of appliances he sells. Okay, so total commission. So let's get the total commission here. Total commission, okay, should be double S, is equal to what? 8% of 26500. Okay, which is what? 8% is what? 8 over what? 100 times what? 265,000. And if we simplify this further, 8 over 100 is what? 0.08 bracket 265,000. Okay, so we have this, the total salary and total commission. So definitely to get the total amount of money he earned last year will be this value plus this value. So we finally state total amount earned last year, of course, is equal to 52 bracket, because the question says what expression. It didn't say we should solve it. That's why you have our options as this. Okay, so 52 bracket 500 plus 0.08 bracket 265,000. Okay, so this is our final answer, and our right option here is option B. Question 8 of the GED math practice test on word problem. It says Francine and Lucine bowled together and had a combined score of 320. So let's just declare this variable. This should be F and this should be what? L. Okay, we just pick the first letter. So we have here, it said bowled together and had a combined score. So we have here F plus L is equal to what? 320. Lucille's score was 24 more than Francine's score. Okay, so it means L is equal to what? 24 plus F. Is that not what it means? Lucille's score was 24 more than Francine's score. So this is what this statement means. So it now says, which system of equation can be used to find Francine's and Lucille's bowling score? Okay, so we have to find the two equations. Okay, the system of equation, that's what the question is asking for. We've already interpreted this. So these are first equation and these are what? Second what? Equation. So these are the two equations that we will use. This is the system of equations. So this is our answer, and let's find our correct option here. Okay, I can see that it's not arranged alike, so we can rearrange equation 2. Okay, in rearranging equation 2, so it can be similar to this, because this is the right option here, which is option A, which is what we've gotten. This was our first equation as what? FL equal to 320, but here it says F plus 24 equal to L, which is still the same thing. We can also rearrange this, and this can also be written as what? F plus 24 equal to what? L, with no signs changing. All right, okay, so this F 24 plus F is also the same thing as F plus what? 24, and which equates to what? L. So we have these two equations. Okay, so this is our right system of what? Equation, and our right option here is option A. Question 9 of the GED math practice test on word problem. It says Jerry is 4 years older than his sister Mary. Okay, 5 years ago he was twice as old as his sister was. Which pair of equation can be used to solve this problem? Okay, so let's just declare variable Jerry as what? J, and Mary as what? M. Okay, so the first statement says Jerry is what? 4 years older. That is, Jerry is equal to what? 4 plus M. Okay, this is what it means. Jerry is 4 years older than his sister Mary. So it is what? 4 plus m. Okay, that's our first statement, which is what? Equation 1. All right. So he said 5 years ago. Okay, so we have to know the ages of Jerry and Mary 5 years ago. So 5 years ago, okay, Jerry will be what? J minus 5, and Mary will be what? M minus what? 5. Okay, so now the statement now says he was twice as old as his sister was. Okay, so 5 years ago he was twice as old as his sister was also 5 years ago. So we have J minus 5 is equal to 2 bracket m minus 5. This is what this statement means. 5 years ago, which is what? J minus 5, he was twice, that's two times his sister was also 5 years ago. So both of them 5 years ago. Okay, 5 years ago, this were their ages. This was Jerry's age and this was Mary's age. Okay, so and this statement says he was twice, that's 2 times his sister's age was 5 years ago. That's why we have this statement. So this is our second equation. All right, all we need to do now is to simplify this equation by opening the brackets, but from our option here I see that the brackets are not being opened. Okay, so we'll leave our answer this way and let us try to find our answer in the option. Okay, because the question says which pair of equations can be used to solve this problem. All right, we've gotten our equation 1, which is what? Jerry is 4 years older than his sister now. Okay, but 5 years ago he was twice as old as his sister was also 5 years ago. So this is these 2 equations we are going to use, and from here this is our right option here. Okay, our right option is option E. This is our answer. Question 10 of the GED math practice test on word problem. It says a light bulb study found that in a random sampling of 100 light bulbs, 3 were defective. Based upon this sampling, how many light bulbs would you expect to be defective in a sampling of 2000 light bulbs? Okay, this is a word problem under proportion. Okay, so it says in the first sampling, okay, we have 100 light bulbs and 3 were defective. So we have first sampling equal to 100 and defective is what? 3. So from here, in this sampling, the proportion will be what? 3 over what? 100. Okay, now I said based upon this sampling, how many light bulbs would you expect to be defective in the sampling of 2000 bulbs? Now for the second sampling, okay, we have a total light bulb of what? 2000, and we're trying to look for what? The defective ones. Okay, which we will say what is equal to what? X. So this proportion will be what? X over what? 2000. So all we need to do is equate this so we can get our value for what? X. So in equating this, we have 3 over 100 equal to what? X over 2000. Okay, we cross multiply. We have here 3 times this will give us what? 6000 equal to 100 times x will give us what? 100x. All we need to do to get x is divide both sides by 100. All right, the 100 will cancel out, and 100 this 20 will cancel out this 20 here, so we're left with what? X is equal to what? 60. So definitely the defective light bulbs in this sampling of 2000 bulbs will be what? 60, and our right option here is option D. Okay, so thank you for staying tuned to the end of this video. If you have any questions on any of the questions we solve, please try to feel free, drop a comment, and I'm going to respond to you. And as I've said earlier, there's a new YouTube channel I'm working on. Please try to subscribe to that channel. I'll drop the link to the channel in the description box. Subscribe to the channel and share to your friends, your loved ones, your colleague that are preparing for the GED test. Okay, and also there's a Facebook group that you can constantly communicate with me, drop your questions, and I will also solve them, because I know you might have problems in other areas of math, so drop them and I will reply you on the group. You can take a picture of the question and post it on the group, and I'll definitely respond to you. All right, and also I'm going to drop the link to other GED videos I've done in the past to support you in your forthcoming exam. All right, so thank you for staying tuned from DTW Tutorials, and don't forget, Jesus Christ is coming soon. Give your life to Christ. You are destined to win. Bye.